spawning here in the bottom left. On red chip, our yellow Protoss player from the Ris3n community. It's Jaden. It's two probes on the map again. On the top left from Daily Life Esports is their captain for the VTL. It's Iced. So we got another forge. Look at Iced. He is waiting for this. He doesn't see the probe yet. Now he sees the probe, so he knows it's there. He's happy to patrol because the patrol move does stop where you generally want to put the cannon, but I think Jaden just wanted to put the cannon back here anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Ice needs to send something down there to help out, and even Jaden going to be able to block himself up here, put the cannon down. This is just intelligent play. This is knowing how to cannon rush. Granted, he doesn't have much in the way of minerals right now. It'll take him a little while to get the mighty for one. He does get one cannon up, cancels a pylon, gets out, puts another pylon down and blocks that off. There is a barracks. Of course, barracks do shoot from range. Well, the units that come out of it, at least. But it is lifted right now. Jaden, if he wanted to, he could probably follow the barracks around and keep it from... Oh, the wall off! That's actually kind of huge. Granted, eventually these depots will get shot down, and it will be an annoyance for Jaden to try to get through. He's going to have two cannons here. He's got a gateway on the way. Depot is under fire already. How far is the range on this cannon? I can't really see it. I don't see the range on it. If it doesn't have range to actually hit this SCV, but once the second cannon finishes up, it should be fine to start taking out SCVs that are up here. I think. Yeah, it's going to be able to reach the SCVs. So this is when it's going to get kind of ugly for Iced. One depot is definitely going to go down. There is a factory on the way, so cyclones or tanks. Even putting out a bunker, which is really, really smart. So Iced is approaching this pretty well. Needs to make sure he's just not losing any units, because units are going to be really, really important, especially once this Zealot starts to come out. A couple more cannons being morphed up here on the high ground. All these depots are going down, and eventually this is actually going to supply block our Terran player here. One probe does go down. There are 3 Marines out right now. This cannon should finish. Nope, does get canceled, but the second one should finish off. I feel like Ice was going to maybe even try and send a couple of SCVs over there to help tank the damage on that. It does get canceled. Now there is no wall off. There are a couple of bunkers here, but dealing with this probe is going to be an issue for the Terran player. And losing all those depots, he's really supply blocked. He's trying to get this tank out, but that's not going to happen. Ice has to find a position that he can actually stand at. Not going to happen just yet. Zealot production is on the way. No more probes. Okay, no more probes. As I say that, there's a probe on this side of the map now. So it is under the probe. Start throwing down some more cannons. Expanding, of course, because why wouldn't you do this? This supplies block is just lasting so long. Instrument Bay on the way. Just kind of following the Protoss Book of Cheese. Stargate follow-up is probably going to be coming up next. And then after that, or not Stargate, maybe it could be DTs. Immediately into those, so immediately Ice going into at least having one turret. And he was supply blocked for so long, he's kind of able to do that. Only 2 Zealots over here. Only the 2 cannons. I mean, Ice, he's got the natural down here. That's at gold, so he could expand there if he wants to. Robo facility actually being made on this side of the map. On this side of the map. A second one being made on this side of the map. Kind of expect to see some shield batteries coming up. And this game is gonna last a while. This supply block for Iced is honestly, it may be what kills him in this game. Without the supply block, this tank is already out. It's been out for a while. It probably has already killed this cannon, probably already killed this cannon, which means he would be able to get on top of these robos, start doing damage to those, keep any immortals from actually coming out. But at this point, the cannon is still there. He's got to be able to get vision on it. It's a little hard to do so without getting a shot taken. And now robos are done. Immortal production could possibly start. Jaden has plenty of supply. So many depots. Shield battery is actually healing the cannon, which isn't the worst of things for Ice right now. That's definitely actually probably going to help him. kind of wasting the energy on that shield battery, but still, Immortals are in production here. Not a lot of production over here for Ice. He's got a starport on the way. Looks like he's going to try to expand. Maybe not. Maybe not. Second tank out here. I imagine we're going to see a War Present from Jaden shortly after this. I mean, Ice sees the Robo. Love the turret. Love that he put the turret there. Actually, one of the Robos loses its pylon, so it can't actually create anything just yet. And Jaden actually kind of has to be careful where he puts the next pylon, because it could block this any Immortals from getting out from here. But we do see the expansion is down. Stargate is going to be the next choice for the Protoss player, because of course it is. One Robo will go down. Looking like we're going to try and see Jaden push up here. Two tanks getting a lot of work done, getting a lot of shots off, but Immortals get on top of those immediately. Zealots as well helping out. One Immortal does go down. So that is a big pick off there for Ice. One of his tanks does remain, still getting that tank production, even getting a Liberator. He even gets sent this across the map. There's nothing over here. If he sends this Liberator, get ballsy. Send the Lib across the map, take out all the probes. That's too bad. Still no expansion either for Iced. I mean, of course he has no vision. He's been worrying about staying alive for such a long time. He doesn't know that this base is down here. He still has a worker lead, but his worker lead is off one base, and these mineral patches are starting to mine out at this point. But kind of at this point, Ice doesn't really need to expand if he wants to try and push just off of one base in some fashion. Immortal does have vision on this tank. Actually, no, it doesn't have the range. It's got the vision, but it doesn't have the range to actually fire from there. Doesn't seem like. One Robo does go down. Unit's lifted up into the medevac here. Have to keep an eye on that, see if he's able to get any damage done. Should be able to. Meanwhile, Ice is relatively safe. He just needs to get an expansion. First Void Ray is out. There aren't... Oh, I mean, there's a lot of Marines over here already. This shouldn't be a big deal, but this could be an issue. Void Ray is popping in to get right on top of the tank. Of course, at the same time, we do have the drop in the main base. It's going to be doing some work over there. Tank does go down, but it is just the tank, and on the other side of the map, we do see that drop doing a lot of work. 10 probes go down there, and even the Void Ray is dead as well. Looks like Jaden had to recall his Immortal, because that's really all he had. Marines are still here. They don't have Stim just yet. Stim's about to finish up just a little bit. Immortal against Marines without Stim trades decently. And again, it's nothing but probes over here. There's a cannon, a couple of cannon, and a couple shield batteries, excuse me, in this mineral line. Definitely going to help things out, but at this point, Jaden has to turn around and come defend this, because he has to. He doesn't have anything to help him. He doesn't have warp gate research, so he can't even warp in back home if he wanted to do that. Of course, the saving grace is the fact that he has his base down here. Adding a cyber core, adding another starport. Void are going to get right on top of the medevac, and he picks up. Ice picks up into the medevac. I don't think he realized what exactly was under fire there. So medevac does go down. A lot of workers did die there for the Protoss player, and again, I don't know if Ice even wants to bother expanding. He's got Stim. He's got a couple tanks. He even has this Liberator is going to help out. Probably going to want to have a couple more medevacs to help deal with all of this. He needs to, at some point, figure out that this base exists. Yeah, I feel like Ice is just going to push across the map because he hasn't expanded. He's not looking like he's going to expand. He may even just lift this CC off eventually. Still a probe over here. Ice, you see it. Doesn't quite recognize it though. That probe could get annoying. So it's 3 Void Rays. We have an Immortal. That's all there is right now for the Protoss player. He's got a decent amount of money. Chronoing out. He's getting another Stargate even. He's getting another Stargate with 26 workers. 3 Stargates. Okay. Ice is on the map. There isn't a lot back home for him. He's got a turret or 2. He's got a few Marines. He even has a Cyclone, which is definitely going to help out. Ice just barely not seeing that all of this exists. Would be nice for him to know, I imagine. Something he wants to be able to see. Eventually he's going to get wind of this, but I don't know if it's going to be in enough time to come back and actually deal with this, because his army is out in the middle of the map. This is all that Iced actually has. He's going to lose the starport pretty much immediately, but he's going to go ahead and just push into the main base. Void Ray's getting all the work done here. Got to start taking out production. Another Nexus being created here. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we do see the siege up is real, but of course, Ice, he doesn't know about these extra bases. He thinks this is all that he has. Recall went off, but didn't? I'm really confused. I thought Recall went off. Ice not repairing that turret at all. Everything in this main is gone now for our Protoss player, but of course he does have the 2 bases left over. Back home, Ice, he's losing all of his SCVs. He's not reacting, he's not doing anything. He's got a bunch of Marines over here, he even has a Cyclone. I think eventually he's going to figure this out. Like, hey, maybe I can actually deal with it. It's only 3 Void Rays. Probably handle this. He's really confused right now, because he's like, I just killed everything in your main. What's going on? Why aren't you dead? There's a turret. Oh my god, he lost all of his SCVs. 1 Void Ray may go down to the Cyclone. No, it just barely gets away. Just barely gets away. Ice sees one of the Nexus. He knows that that's there. He may think that's all that's left, though. This is a really powerful army for Ice. He's got quite a bit over here. The 2 medevacs are definitely going to help out. There's quite a few Marines here in the main as well now. Ice is starting to reproduce SCVs. 7 workers to 21. It's a strange game. And honestly, the army here for Ice should be able to take this out. And he doesn't know this is here yet. And all this is doing, ooh, no. Oh, this is going to be rough for the Protoss player. He doesn't lose anything. How did the Void Ray stay alive? He's got 2 Void Rays that are in red health right now. Yet another Nexus is going to be going down. The tanks aren't really all that useful in siege mode. He probably wants to take those out. But at this point, we got a shield battery. I think it's at full energy even. Adding in a lot of shield batteries, because really that's all that Jaden can do right now. Ice going to stem on in. Can he take this out? Voiders are just still staying alive, barely staying alive, over and over and over. Oh, they're going to run into some more Marines on this side. Oh, the Marines walk right past. At this point, we're kind of trying to get into a base trade, but this is all that Jaden has. He has a probe down here. He's going to rebuild a Nexus, so this is actually really, really important right now for the Protoss player. He's going to lose all this, but he has a Nexus in the bottom right corner. 5 Void Rays with the overcharge. He's going to start taking out buildings very, very fast. Iced is trying to get 1 SCV out. He does get 1 out, so that's good. Needs to keep as many alive as possible. The bunker getting some work done. Gets another Void Ray, actually. Trying to repair that, not quite able to do so. Another Void Ray goes down. There's only 3 left over. The army still exists for Iced. He just needs to get home and deal with these 3 Voids, and then he can search around for the leftover Nexus that is here in the bottom right. Cyclone pops in. I'm going to start putting some damage on. Just the bio is not quite all trying to fire at the same time. Voiders once again get out. Ice has found it with his SCV. If Jaden were to cancel, he doesn't have enough money to remake. So he only gets 375 back. He'll have 379. So this is the only thing he has right now. Voiders do come in, but they're going to start getting taken out. 2 do remain. But at this point, it's just a race against time. And there's a lot more buildings here for the Terran player than there is for our Protoss. Iced on top of the final Nexus. Probe goes down as well. This should be it here in just a moment. That building will go down. There we go. GG Iced. What an insane game. 14.5 minutes. That was a cannon rush. I don't think either player ever got over 90 supply. That was nutty. So GG to him. And we'll get into our